Always is when
all
I'm trying to
night.
do something. Okay, we should be live on the other
We're
thing now.
time
How come we don't
traveling.
see our friends in here?
Hi,
I
Deborah
hope I'm in the right.
Vancouver.
I'm gonna mute.
I don't know if I'm in the right. I don't think I'm in the right thing. I'm going to try it again. No, it says, okay, no, we are in the right thing. Okay, here come our friends.
Eliza.
Okay, they're just in the wrong.
We just got to click on it. Click on it, guys. Bye.
Let me get in there
We're back.
and see if we're in the right thing.
We are back.
Where's our thing? Here we are. Okay, so Alicia made it over here. Jamie's talking about life made it. Gail B, Chris Ree, Liza Ward, Gail. We got Gail, Margot, Billy Boy Blue made it. Okay. Earthbound Spirit made it. GB made it. Larky made it. Deborah Vancouverden made it over. Liza Ward made it over. Julie W made it over. Okay, so let's
Hi, GB. Hi, Linda. Hi, it's Bing.
move the spotlight on that too. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to mute.
Okay. Hi, Elise K. All right, so let's see what's going on in the true crime headlines. We just went over that Eliza Fletcher, they have arrested someone. It's a 38-year-old man who has been arrested before for aggravated kidnapping and served time for it, was released from prison in 2020, and now has been arrested for the same thing and tampering with evidence. And it doesn't look good because it looks like she was gravely injured. So that's sad. Yeah. Okay. So her abduction was caught on camera. The suspect will not say where she is. We'll go over it again just because it's in the cookie video. So let's see. She's a 34-year-old kindergarten teacher, and she was abducted Friday morning when she went for an early morning run before 4 a.m. Before 5 a.m. And there's surveillance video that shows that she was pushed into a black SUV. They found the owner of the SUV. The neighbors said that he was cleaning it out and he was acting strange, like I said, and then he was arrested. He has not been cooperative, will not tell police anything about where she might be. And let's pull up the arrest affidavit because I think we have it here. Let's see. Okay. So this says, let me make this a little larger. Larger. Okay. So on Friday, September 2nd, at approximately 7 a.m., Memphis police officers responded to a missing person in the 1500 block of Carr Avenue. Let me put us on here so I can see you guys here. And hold on one second. Thank you, Billy Boy, for the super chat. Richard Fletcher, that's the husband of Eliza, advised that his wife, Eliza Fletcher, went for her regular run around 4 a.m. and had not returned home. Okay, so let's just look at that. I wonder what the length of her regular run is. Because that's 3 hours that before they were called, right? That's kind of a long time. And I mean, let's say she went on an hour run, an hour and a half. That's still a long period of time. Now, is he going to say, oh, he was sleeping, he didn't get up? I don't know. We don't know his story yet. He advised that his wife, Eliza Fletcher, went for her regular run around 4 a.m. and had not returned home. She was last seen wearing a pink shirt, purple shorts, and running shoes. At approximately 6:45 a.m., citizen Miles Fortis rode his bike on Central Avenue near Zach H. Curlin Street and found the victim's cell phone as well as a pair of Champion slide sandals laying in the street in the same area. Now, those slides apparently have the person that they arrested, his DNA on them. Fortis turned those items over to a family member of the victim, who in turn turned them over to investigators. I believe her water bottle was there too, probably with her name on it. Thereafter, investigators located video surveillance near 3876 Central Avenue that showed a black GMC Terrain passing and then waiting for the victim to run by. A male exited the black GMC Terrain, ran aggressively towards the victim, and then forced the victim, Eliza Fletcher, into the passenger side of the vehicle. And during this abduction, there appeared to be a struggle. The Champion slide sandals were found in this area. The vehicle then sat in the parking lot with the victim inside for approximately 4 minutes before it drove off. The vehicle had noticeable damage to the back passenger tailgate area. Additionally, approximately 24 minutes before the abduction, surveillance footage captured the same vehicle in the area and captured a partial plate of DX. On Friday, September 2nd, the Champion slide sandals were sent to TBA for DNA testing. Thereafter, investigators developed... Hey. What's up? You want to take some cookies in? You want some cookies to take?
Yeah.
There you are. Yeah, hold on a minute, guys. Let me just, 1 second. I'll be right there. Hold on. They're right there. All right, let me give you some cookies.
Ethan!
They're pumpkin.
What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, try one.
Yeah.
See anything here?
They're right there. Oh, he groomed young girls. He groomed young girls.
Like a
Onision.
You have to watch the Arm and Hammer thing. The
Yeah.
Arm and Hammer thing's crazy.
Arm and Hammer.
David Dobrik
Yeah.
situation. You know David Dobrik?
David Doper?
Dobrik. I don't know. He was like a Twitch guy. He ended up like raping a girl.
Oh, no, didn't see that.
Maybe for
Which
some-
one did you say is good? He said Gabby, my
yeah, there's one
son.
on Peacock. Gabby Petito's
Gabby
good.
Petito's on Peacock. I'm gonna have to write. I thought she
Father
was.
and mother are in there. It's good.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that
It
one.
just came out.
Gabby.
I don't know if it just came out. It came out recently. It's good. What else we watched? We watched
Wait,
one with John Wayne
I'll take him
Gacy.
off the
John Wayne Gacy?
You
No.
always think of John Wayne Gacy as like this, like if you met him, you'd be super creeped out. Like, you know, when he's
Why, he's a good guy?
no, but he like how normal he seems in his interview.
Really?
You would not like. He's like very like charming, like funny. Just seems like a normal.
Well,
like,
sociopaths
guy.
are very
Are
charming.
you like Britain?
That
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
had all dead bodies in his
What?
house.
Yeah,
Huh?
man, it's crazy. I'm not. And the
was
cops
it?
liked him so much they would go have breakfast with him. They had a great conservative.
Who? John Wayne Gacy? Where did you see that?
I can have the bodies out in the yard.
Where'd you see that?
I can have the bodies out in the yard.
Yeah. Peacock.
That was Peacock
Yeah,
too?
it's Peacock too. Now watch one of the.
You have to have a subscription to watch that?
Crazy. Yeah, it's free for the first month though.
Oh,
There's another one called the Toolbox Killer. That one's pretty.
Toolbox
interesting. Yeah, I've
Killer.
never heard of that. That was pretty interesting.
They sell Westies.
That was fucked up too. That was
Rochester.
like,
Who's that?
They just caught him.
Toolbox Killer is some guy
Toolbox
in
Killer.
California in the
They
60s,
sell Westies.
70s.
Who sells Westies?
Oh,
The
Westies.
toolbox killer. They had no tools in the house. They kill people, put them in a big.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, really? I was gonna say, I think
No.
you're about selling puppies. No, you just
No,
like throw girls into it.
No, I'm making fun. But
No,
I'm
no,
like, because of the place
The
where
crazy
we got Westies.
people
We
that
Oh,
we got a
yeah, yeah,
Westie
yeah.
tools
from.
hanging on the wall. Like,
Yeah.
we get the tool, we cut the toes off, we split the foot in half with this tool, and we put it all back together again on a table. Put the head up there, and then we put the whole thing in a big stove, big old stove, like big round. It was made out of oil tanks.
Wow.
Yeah,
like-
big,
like
big
cut in half.
fire. Horrible.
Yeah, huge fire. Like they like incinerate everything. Like
Wow.
yeah, this would look like in a big square thing, like right about that size. You know, where you put the body in there. You know?
Would you sleep at night at that place then?
I would. I mean, no.
What are you getting?
I don't think.
I don't think. What are you guys getting?
Huh?
What are you guys getting?
Okay, so let's see.
Hi,
All right. Let me see.
Oh yeah, look at this cocoon I got, Luke. It's something living right here.
Okay, so let's go back. Sorry about that. Oh,
Probably like a moth that's
Kill it.
No,
You know, what was it for?
it's like the moth fly, man. No, it's
hey
it's
Charlotte.
butterfly.
Okay, let's go back
How would you
to
leave
Eliza.
it?
But he did give us some good documentaries on, I guess, Peacock. He said there was a Gabby Petito if you missed it,
Do
and
we sleep there?
Yeah, why
with
not?
the parents. I guess so, not like the Lifetime movie that's coming out in
I don't know what it is.
when was that? September, October. Okay. Let me go back
I want that thing
to.
Carolyn, I'm so sorry for singing. I'll never do it again.
What'd you say?
I'm so sorry for singing
Oh,
on your live. Oh my
Oh, I-
gosh.
I didn't hear any singing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I didn't hear any singing.
Okay, I did sing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Luke, put the
I didn't hear
collar
any
on.
singing.
Desi.
All right, we're gonna go back to.
Collars on, Desi? Luke? No. All right, nice phone, yeah.
Let me see here. Where's my affidavit?
And give a, don't do that. Now they want to
Okay. Okay, so let's see where we were. We were at thereafter investigators located video surveillance near 3876 Central Avenue that showed the black tree. Male exited. We got that. On Friday, September 2nd, 2022, the Champion slide sandals were sent to the TBA for DNA testing. Thereafter, investigators developed Cleothea Abston Henderson as a person of interest in the investigation. DNA found on the shoes matched the DNA for Cleothea Abston. Cleotha. That's a guy's name. I've never in my life heard that, okay? In the CODIS database. This led investigators to confirm the whereabouts of Cleotha Abston. Would they call that person Cleo? I don't know. Wearing the same Champion slide sandals a day before the abduction. The footage was obtained from the 1080 North Germantown Parkway Malco Theater and was collected by Sergeant Dobbins. Cleotha Abston Henderson was found to reside on the 5700 block of Waterstone Oak Way. The location has active utilities in the name of Gwendolyn Brown. Researching law enforcement database revealed that Gwendolyn Brown has a black 2013 GMC Terrain with a license plate BDX 7952 that is registered to her. Investigators also located a police report dated September 1st, 2022 that listed the address in the 5700 block of Waterstone Oak Way for Cleotha Abston Henderson. Sergeant Payne and Sergeant Barrett then interviewed the owner of Majesty's Cleaning Service, Marilyn Pickens, who verified that she employed Cleotha Abston Henderson, that he drives the GMC Terrain, and that his telephone number was 901-825-2028. Investigators obtained cellular phone records for 901-825-2028, and analysis determined that the cellular device associated with the number 901-825-2028 was near 3876 Central Avenue during the time that Eliza Fletcher was seen being forced into the black GMC Terrain. On September 3rd, 2022, at approximately 10:45 a.m., the 2013 GMC Terrain with license plate BDX 7952 was located by members of the U.S. Marshal Service Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force. The vehicle was backed into a parking spot in the parking lot area in the 5700 block of Waterstone Oak Way and was confirmed to be the vehicle by the license plate number and by the noticeable damage to the rear passenger side taillight. The damage was captured in the video of the abduction and the partial plate identified on surveillance footage. Further, members of the U.S. Marshal Service Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force observed a male subject matching the physical description of Cleotha Abston Henderson standing in the doorway of the 5700 block of Waterstone Oak Way. Officers then detained, I'm just going to call this person Cleo, at this location while he occupied the GMC Terrain. When officers stopped Cleo, he attempted to flee but was taken into custody. Investigators interviewed Chantel Anthony, and she stated that after the abduction at approximately 7:50 hours, she saw Cleo at the home of Mario Abston in the 1700 block of South Orleans Street. This is not the house that Cleo lives. She stated that she saw Cleo cleaning the interior of the GMC Terrain with floor cleaner and stated that he was behaving oddly. This was later confirmed by Mario, Cleo's brother, who stated that he too saw Cleo cleaning the interior of the car with floor cleaner. Chantel Anthony and Mario Abston saw Cleo Abston washing his clothes in the sink of the house. He stated that it appeared that Cleo was acting very strange. Cleo Abston Henderson declined to provide investigators with the location of the victim. As the abduction was violent, as captured on video, the suspect waiting for, then rushing towards the victim, then forcing the victim into the vehicle where she was confined and removed and continued to be missing. It is believed and supported by the facts. Hang on. The second page here. Okay. And physical evidence that she suffered serious injury. Further, it is probable and apparent from witness statements that those injuries left evidence, blood in the vehicle that the defendant cleaned. The offense occurred in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee, sworn to me and subscribed before me the 4th day of September 2022. And that's the arrest warrant. So that doesn't sound good for poor Eliza, but how does this find its way in? But now we also have his brother, who is pictured there. Hang on. Was arrested, but not in connection to the abduction. On Saturday, September 3rd, investigators executed a search warrant at 1765 South Orleans Street, Apartment 3, the home of Mario Abstin. That's the suspect that's arrested in the abduction. It's brother. Investigators recovered a semi-automatic handgun located with 18 rounds of live ammunition and unknown substances packed in plastic, along with a digital scale. The substance was taken to MPD property and evidence to be tagged, tested, and weighed. The portion of the substance tested positive for heroin, weighing 2.3 grams TGW. An additional amount of powdery package separately tested positive for fentanyl, weighing 27 grams TGW. All items were tagged as evidence. Mario Abstin was transported to 170 North Main for further investigation. Investigators discovered that Abstin was convicted of possession of a prohibited weapon on June 26, 2007, and sentenced to 1 year in Criminal Court Division 10 by Judge J. Beasley. Abstin was charged and transported to the Shelby County Jail for booking and processing. The offense occurred in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee. Sworn to and subscribed before me this 4th day of September 2022. So both brothers are in jail. And like I said, the suspect was arrested before. Let me see here if it's going to give us this. Let me get to his prior record here. And that was... Okay. So let's go over here, and here's the suspect, and here's our victim. So Cleotha Abstin is the Memphis suspect accused of kidnapping the pre-K teacher Eliza Fletcher, who was snatched during her jog on September 2nd. His criminal history shows that he spent years in prison for kidnapping a defense attorney at gunpoint. The man was stuffed into a trunk but managed to escape the robber after Abstin took the attorney to a gas station to withdraw money from an ATM. Let's see. The police affidavit in the Fletcher abduction case paints a terrifying scene in which Abstin is accused of waiting for the victim to run by, then rushing her and forcing her into his vehicle. He was later seen cleaning the SUV. He declined to provide investigators with the location of the victim. The affidavit describes the abduction as violent. Okay, and like I said, people referred to Cleo Abstin as wild on a Facebook page in which he wrote about getting out of prison after 20 years. He said, I got 364 days left. I can't wait to see my family and friends after 20 years, he wrote in 2019. I didn't know that he could have Facebook in prison. He shared a gun photo on that page, which is in the name Cleo Real. So they do call him Cleo. Okay, Cleo Real. So, let's see if there's anything else. Police announced that Abstin was charged in connection with Fletcher's disappearance on their Facebook page, and they said the individual who was detained has been officially charged in connection with the abduction of Eliza Fletcher. At this point in the investigation, Cleotha Abstin, 38 years old, has been charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with evidence. Eliza has not been located at this time. The Memphis PD investigators and officers, along with our local and federal partners, continue searching for Mrs. Fletcher. And apparently there was a YouTube video of the suspect as well that he shared on his Facebook page. Okay, so let me go back. That's really sad, and it doesn't seem very positive, but how is, what's the connection, right? Okay. So now we've got these two here. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police are searching for two men suspected of killing 10 people and wounding 15 others in a violent stabbing spree on Sunday in central Saskatchewan. Rhonda Blackmore, isn't Rhonda Blackmore is a Rambler. Rhonda Blackburn. Wow, that's close. Commanding officer of the Saskatchewan RCMP said Sunday afternoon that investigators found crime scenes in James Smith, Cree Nation, and Weldon. There may be additional injured victims who transported themselves to various hospitals, Rhonda said. We are currently actively looking for it, dedicating maximum resources to this. RCMP issued its first alert shortly after 7 a.m. Sunday, saying the suspects, identified as Damian Sanderson, 31 years old, and Miles Sanderson, 30, were believed to be in a black Nissan Rogue with a Saskatchewan license plate of 119 MPI. I think that's an I. Rhonda said the alert was extended into Manitoba and Alberta, although she said investigators have no evidence they've left Saskatchewan. Investigators say they weren't clear on the relationship between the suspects and they had no information about a possible motive. At this stage in our investigation, we believe some victims had been targeted by the suspects and others attacked randomly. Detectives cautioned residents of Saskatchewan to be diligent and call 911 for any suspicious behavior. So that's a fairly large attack, and one that's pretty rare for Canada, showing that people are just flipping out, right? Yeah, people are just acting crazy. Everywhere you go now, you really have to be aware. Ex-boyfriend stalks East Village woman after work and shoots her dead. A masked gunman who shot a woman to death as she walked home on an East Village street this week waited outside the IHOP where she worked for 5 hours before the shooting. Prosecutors said that Clarkson Wilson's arraignment on Sunday that he paced outside the East 14th Street restaurant until his girlfriend, 25-year-old Amani Armstrong, finished her shift and headed home, put on a black sweatshirt and a mask, and set off behind her. Near the corner of Irving Place, prosecutors said he rushed up behind her and shot her in the back of the head and then ran off. Assistant District Attorney Samantha Levitt said that surveillance footage tracked Wilson's movements from the restaurant to the subway station where he changed clothes and hopped a train to Brooklyn. Police responded to a shooting just after 5 a.m. on Thursday. Armstrong was pronounced dead on the scene. Investigators found the clothing that Wilson, 44, was wearing during the shooting, as well as the clothes he changed into during the search of his home, and they found 2 guns in his safe. Prosecutors argued that Wilson was a flight risk with access to money, and Judge Abraham Klott ordered him held without bail. Wilson was arrested on Saturday and charged with murder in Armstrong's death. The Post said Wilson had more than 20 arrests on his record, including at least 4 domestic violence complaints, although it wasn't clear if any of those were made by Armstrong. Friends told the Post that Armstrong had said Wilson was the father of at least one of her 3 children. Oh my. Oh my. Florida man was arrested after he stalked a 6-year-old girl, aggravated stalking of a 6-year-old girl. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office said that neighbors of Mark Greenberg frequently complained that he harassed them, yelled at them and their children with a megaphone, and even drove by their houses recording children on his phone. Deputies then said that over the past 8 months, they received complaints of at least 11 incidents and had reports from dozens of witnesses. But Friday evening, the deputies say Greenberg apparently escalated his alleged harassment. A father reported that Greenberg made several inappropriate comments to his 6-year-old daughter. Witnesses confirmed the account, saying that Greenberg also said he was going to pick up the girl and take her to Disney World. The father told deputies that Greenberg's comments had been getting worse of late and that the little girl was now afraid to go outside. Deputies tried to speak with Greenberg Friday evening, but he refused. They came back Saturday with a warrant and arrested him. Oh my gosh, my kids are playing basketball and, upstairs. That's what you hear. A 19-year-old Michigan man has been charged with 2 counts of premeditated homicide in the deaths of his mother and her boyfriend on Friday. DeMond Thomas Bergen Jr. was also charged with 2 counts of felony firearm possession. An armed standoff between police and Bergen ensued when officers arrived at the Harper Woods home as Bergen barricaded himself inside. A special response team was brought in to negotiate his surrender, and when that failed, they stormed the house with flashbangs. Wow, we just saw one of those live the other night in Zoom, and took him into custody. The names of the victims, Bergen's 45-year-old mother and her 52-year-old boyfriend, have not been released. Bergen was given a $1 million bail and ordered back to court on September 21st. What was that? Wow. Okay, so let's see. A 1-year-old boy in Ohio is dead after his teenage father kept him inside a blistering hot car for hours because he didn't want to be disturbed. On Thursday, 19-year-old Landon Parrott brought the boy to Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital in Dover, Ohio, after the child became unresponsive. Parrott initially told police that he exited a bathroom at the family's apartment in New Philadelphia at about 80 miles south of Cleveland and noticed that his son was unconscious. But investigators obtained footage from a security camera across the street showing Parrott leaving the child inside the car alone around 8:30 a.m. and not returning to the vehicle until about 1:50 p.m. when he was able to pick up his wife from work. With this new evidence, police confronted Parrott, who reportedly confessed to detectives what happened to his son. Wow, that is just crazy. So, hold on a second. I'm going to... Here's this statement by the New Philadelphia Police. They said on September 1st, 2022, at 2 p.m., the New Philadelphia Police were notified by the Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital that a 1-year-old boy was brought into the ER by his father and was unresponsive. During the initial investigation, the detectives found inconsistent information being given by the father. As the investigation continued, the evidence was collected. The father was confronted with the new information and confessed to detectives what had happened to his son. The child passed away after being left in the car unattended for approximately 5 hours with an outside temperature of 87 degrees. During the interview, it appears that this was not a matter of forgetting the child, but was a deliberate act so that the child would not be a disturbance while in the house. The father, Landon Parrott, 19 years old, has been charged with murder, endangering children, 2 counts, and involuntary manslaughter. He's currently being held in the Tuscarawas County Jail on $250,000 bond. Wow, that's such a shame, right? I don't understand these people. There are no words. Okay, here's another person trying to problem solve. She couldn't afford a divorce, so she shot her husband instead. You know? She couldn't afford a divorce. And thank you, Bill. Was that Billy Boy that you sent? Yes. Thank you, MRB Rules. Thank you for the super chat, Billy. Okay, so let's go on to this now. She was found performing CPR on her husband, is now accused of fatally shooting him in bed. She told police she could not afford a divorce. At around 1 a.m. on Wednesday, police were called to a house in Kansas City, Missouri for a report of a shooting and a dead body. When officers arrived, they found 40-year-old Melanie Biggins attempting to resuscitate her husband, 50-year-old Etienne L. McEwen, who was unresponsive and lying in a pool of blood on the bed. Authorities later pronounced McEwen dead. Biggins allegedly told the officers that she was sleeping in bed alongside her husband when she was awakened by a gunshot and saw blood on her arm, and then she crawled over her husband to turn on a lamp. She reportedly claimed that she rolled her husband over and saw a gunshot wound under his chin, prompting her to call 911. A dispatcher directed Biggins to initiate CPR, which she did. Investigators initially did not deem the death suspicious. However, police talked with 2 other people in the residence at the time who claimed that Biggins was sitting on a downstairs couch and looked like she had seen a ghost following the shooting. Biggins had also claimed that her husband's rifle was the only gun in the home, but she later acknowledged buying a handgun in July, which was found under a bed in another room. Police further learned that Biggins was having an extramarital affair with another man for a year and a half. She reportedly told police that she wanted a divorce but could not afford one. Authorities have charged Biggins with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. The Jackson County Prosecutor's Office has requested a $250,000 cash bond, and she remains in custody at the Jackson County Detention Center. So how'd that work out? Not too good. Especially not good for your husband. We have another Missouri case. A Missouri man has been charged in the death of a 6-year-old girl found Friday in a St. Joseph home. St. Joseph police said they were called to the scene about a suspicious person acting erratically at about 6:30 a.m. Investigators found the body of a little girl inside the house and arrested Dustin L. Beechner. Beechner was charged with child abuse resulting in death and was being held without bond. He is due in court on Wednesday. Investigators are awaiting the result of an autopsy. The girl's identity has not been released, nor has her relationship with Beechner. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Then we have this guy. So, North Georgia City's deputy police chief has been placed on administrative leave after he was arrested in Florida for soliciting prostitution. Jason DePrima was arrested in Polk County on Thursday. Deputy Chief DePrima has been placed on administrative leave pending an internal investigation. The department referred all questions to Florida authorities. DePrima was not listed in online databases of Polk County inmates or court filings. According to the Cartersville website, DePrima oversees administration for the police department. Interesting. Soliciting prostitution. Okay, then we have a missing Cleveland teen. She may be heading towards California. Police in Cleveland need the help in finding a 17-year-old Ohio girl who may be trying to get to Los Angeles. The relatives of Irma Khan say she didn't come home from school on Friday afternoon. The teen doesn't have a cell phone and has only lived in the United States for a few months. She's described as 4'8", 100 pounds, and was last seen wearing a gray shirt and blue jeans, carrying a backpack. Police say she has family in Los Angeles and could be trying to reach them. So be on the lookout. That's all the information we have there. Okay, then we have a Mississippi man who stole a plane. He threatened to crash it into Walmart. A Mississippi aviation employee is charged with grand theft and making terroristic threats after he stole an airplane from the Tupelo Regional Airport and threatened to crash it into Walmart on Sunday. Lee County Sheriff John Quacca said the FBI is considering 4 or 5 more charges for Corey Patterson, 29, a lineman for the Tupelo Aviation Unlimited, the airport's fixed-base operator. The Tupelo Daily Journal said a fixed-base operator leases spaces from an airport to provide public services to general aviation operators at a public-use airport. Patterson's specific job was to fuel the airplanes. Police say that Patterson took a 1987 Beechcraft King Air C-90 twin-engine plane from the airport sometime before 5 a.m. At 5, he contacted E911 and threatened to crash it into the Walmart on Main Street in Tupelo. Law enforcement quickly went to work evacuating Walmart and a nearby convenience store and closed off roads and began contacting the pilot. At one point, Quagga said authorities had convinced Patterson to call off his threat, land the plane at the Tupelo airport when he said he didn't know how to land it. Police brought in a private pilot to talk him to the ground, but Patterson aborted the landing on final approach shortly after 8 a.m. and took off away from Tupelo. Patterson's family members were also brought in to speak with him as he flew the plane. Authorities tracked the plane for several more hours as it flew over a Toyota plant in Blue Springs, over Union County and into Tippah County. Just before 10:30 a.m., sources began reporting the plane was down and that Patterson was alive. A few minutes later, the Benton County Sheriff's Office said it had the pilot in custody. He was the only person on board the plane. Tippah County Sheriff Department Chief Deputy Josh Bateman said Patterson landed the plane in a field behind the Gravestown Volunteer Fire Department about 5 miles west of Ripley near the Benton County line. Quagga said not much yet is known about Patterson's motivation. At about 9:30 a.m. Saturday morning, however, he made a Facebook post that read, "Sorry, everyone. Never actually wanted to hurt anyone. I love my parents and sister. This isn't your fault. Goodbye." Patterson did not have a pilot's license, Quagga said, but had some flight instruction. Wow. Okay, so that's looking like that's the end of the true crime portion. And we're going to get ready to go into the documentary portion. So if you're a member of Patreon, you're welcome to join us. If you're not, you can become a member of Patreon right now. I've got to go take care of the cookies for a second, so you have a few minutes to do that if you want. If not, you can talk amongst yourselves for a second here. And you guys on the panel can talk now. You know, you can talk. I'll be right there. I just have to put another thing of cookies in before, but I can talk to you. Okay. So I get into, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Lark.
Hey, Lark. Hi, Margo.
Hello.
Hi, Margo. Hi, Janae.
Hey. Hi, girls.
Hi,
Hi,
Linda.
everybody.
Are we on the live?
Hi, Tammy. We are live, Janae.
Yes,
Come
you're
and
live.
join us. Come and
Yes.
join us. Join if you're not a member.
Come on into the party. Who else is coming in? Let me just, I don't know. Chris Reed.
What's her nickname? We'll deal with that later.
This seems to have made a lot more than 4 dozen cookies. Because this is like going on for a long time now.
Carolyn, I
Lot of
just saw
cookies
your
today.
plate that says paddle your own canoe.
What did you say?
I just saw your plate that says paddle your own canoe.
Oh, yeah.
That's cute.
That was in one of the stores today.
Carolyn, after, can you make more people co-host? So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in case.
If you can make me a co-host, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I got bumped off and it kind of took me off there.
Yeah. Because I know I'm
Sorry,
not.
Nicole, I thought you could
In the
do that.
middle on the far right is Janine, Billy Boy Blue,
Mhm.
with a blue shirt on.
Yeah.
And I am the one above her.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not reliable. That's the thing as a co-host. I'm not because I just sometimes I fall off of the internet.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
what
sort of
happened to me.
I'm sort of reliable, but not as reliable as everybody else.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Heart.
I don't care what Heartmaid was.
I can't see you, but hello.
You can't see me?
Hi,
Not
everybody.
yet. Not yet on YouTube. There you are.
Hi, Lark. I
Hey.
really love that picture.
Oh, thank you. I thought you guys deserved a new one to look at. I had the other one up for so long.
Oh, I love it. I love this one and the other one both.
Billy Boy Blue, can I be a co-host?
Is Billy in here? Even Billy, come in
No.
here.
Why
I'm
not?
gonna put the
Yeah.
number on.
He does sometimes come in, yeah.
Cool.
Alicia,
Do
Catamaran.
we need a
Hello,
new Zoom? No,
Alicia.
we don't need a new Zoom because I opened this Zoom shortly before we came on.
Yes, please make me a co-host too, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you put me back on one, Carolyn? I bumped off.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes like I like roll around in my sleep.
I know, and you block people. You're
And
such a meanie.
I did, and I found the block thing, and I was like, "Oops!" I blocked someone in the past, and I was like, "Oops,
That was me. That was me you blocked.
I'm sorry."
You rolled over on me.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. Like, I guess I just, but I
Hi.
fall asleep. I hope I don't fall
Okay,
asleep
let
on
me
this
put
one.
the,
This is
um,
good.
You're not in the Zoom yet. Hold on a minute. I'll put the number. I'm gonna put the
You
number.
can't. You got to see this one, guys. You got to see it.
Someone needs to turn their YouTube off because it's like repeating and I'm getting confused if who's talking to me.
It's not me.
I hear it.
Not me.
Hi, Robin.
Julianne Gonzalez is asking how she
Yeah,
gets
I'm gonna put it in the community now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna put it on the.
Kia ora.
Also,
Kia ora. I'm going to
Hi, Robin.
take my video off, but I just say hello to everybody. Hello,
Hey,
chat.
Rob,
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
Hi, Robin.
I won't tell you what's in my glass. You won't like it.
Oh, okay. What is
I'm
it?
having a colonoscopy. I'm having my first colonoscopy.
Oh, are you?
tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Oh, good luck.
So
It'll be good.
this is my 2 liters tonight, and then a liter tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh, dear.
you'll do good. You'll do great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good luck with that. Hope everything turns out well.
We've
It
done
doesn't
that.
taste
you.
good,
Bye
but
bye.
Bye bye.
and no red
Not too-
Gatorade, no
it's-
red pop.
Okay, so there, Julianne,
I'm
you
not-
should see it on the members post, and I'm going to also put it in the Patreon.
It's in. Yeah, I got it out of Slack. Everybody, the getting in. People asked, and I didn't know, but it's in Slack.
Yes, it's
Yes,
in Slack.
okay.
It's on the community post, and it will be on the Patreon
Oh.
right now.
Okay.
hi, Robin.
Hello. I'll go out of my picture now.
Yes. Hi, Chris.
Heart.
Hi,
Is
Linda.
that plane crash you're talking about possibly be in Tampa when the young kid took the plane up
Yeah.
after
Yes.
and
Oh,
he
that
just
was
crashed it in one end and out the other in some condo or landed in whatever.
Oh, well, he didn't know. He didn't hurt anything when he landed, just himself.
But didn't he smash into a condo?
I don't think so.
I think somebody did. in Tampa.
Oh, well, did they have him reported on the national news of some of the voice recordings?
Sure it was. It was
Apologizing to his family.
years after you know what.
Yeah, this guy was apologizing to his family, and he talked about like struggling for a long time and some of the emptiness, and he just didn't know why he felt
Oh, is
that.
that the guy, the island off of Washington
Yes.
State? Tammy would know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was freaky.
Can you
I-
be a co-host,
cried.
Billy Boy?
I cried.
You would
and cried
be
over
so
that one.
good.
It
I don't
broke my
know.
heart.
That was wow.
You don't
He was-
talk, so how could you be a co-host? We never even heard your voice.
When you hear the recordings, he sounded so lost, and like I don't know why I've done.
Sounds like he knew exactly what he's doing. I'm taking the plane.
Yeah. Well, this guy was just I don't know. He was like some major like depression and
Oh yeah.
mental illness, and he was apologizing to his family and all his loved
Yeah,
ones.
nobody expected him to do that either.
No, nobody did. And he said, my family's not gonna believe I did this, but and they could have helped him land safely, but he refused. He just
No, they
It's like-
said the jet something that scared him and he crashed.
yeah.
Or
Anyways,
the
like-
jet did something else, whatever.
They were like, everything's gonna be fine. You're gonna be great. It's, just come down. Everything's gonna be okay. And he was like, no. Nothing's ever gonna be okay. It just sounds
Just how
so-
easy it was for him to do it is what's scary, right?
Yeah. Well, he worked
Yeah.
for Airfield. It was another one of the incidents of somebody who
Went
worked.
over, hitched it up, pulled it out, and took off.
Yeah. It just made me really sad. It really did for that guy and for his family. because we're also delicate, you know, we're just also delicate. You just never know when someone is,
Absolutely.
you know.
Get your purse on a lighter note.
Mm-hmm. I just like, what is it with guys at airfields, that work at airfields, taking the planes? You know?
It was a freak thing, honey.
Yeah.
Did you get your purse?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. And I gave it to my sister today. I bought it for her and she loves it.
It's prettier than it is on the thing, right?
Yes, it is. It's even prettier. And she's an
Yeah.
English as a second language tutor, and she has gotten a lot of work recently because of you know, people who are here in I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and there's a lot of industries here that bring like people from overseas for like training, you know, for a couple of years and send them back. Certain companies and things like that, and there's a lot of those people who are hiring her to help them, you know, with their English, you know, for mostly for like you know, being able to get along better in their business meetings and things like that, and also for their kids and stuff like that. So she's got so much work and she has to like travel a lot, and I thought it'd be really great for her little tablet and her, you know, work things and things like that.
Sounds like a good fun job, meeting people all the time from all.
Oh yeah, she loves it. I'm really glad she's settled into that, because she's like, you know, tried to teach for a while and stuff like that. But when she went to college, she studied international relations, and she wanted to be a translator. And it ended up being like, you know, a much bigger endeavor than she expected, you know. But you know, this is, you know, pretty close-ish, you know, and she still gets to meet all these people and help them with language. So she's having a good time.
So what are we watching? There's episode.
Well, I've got to send an email here really quick.
Okay.
My older sister is like super smart. She can speak 4 languages, and she's always learned them so easily. It used to make me sick. Because we were in the same French class and she never had to study, and I did. And she always did better than me anyway. But, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're an exciting bunch.
Yeah. I could natter on about my sister some more.
Good what?
Natter on about my sister some more.
Puddin's coming in.
Hi, Puddin.
Hi, Puddin. How are you?
I love Puddin's man. You know, when I may have talked about my cat Athena before.
Hey, Pudding.
And that was my nickname for her, was Puddin' Pants, when she, you know, got a little older and filled out.
Oh wow, look at all the co-hosts. This Zoom is going to go for the full amount. 28 hours or so.
Why? When did it come on?
Just now, or just like today, recently. Didn't
My
it?
phone just made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, my sister, she's gotten to meet a lot of international business people in her job, and but she's also been a much wider world traveler than I am, because when we were young and we lived in Europe because our dad was in the military, she went into a couple of relationships and met guys that, you know, took her around to, you know, ports I'll never see, like Morocco and Tunisia and North Africa, and you know, she lived in Belgium and in France. You know, they both lived in Germany, but she, you know, I'll never see any of those exotic ports, you know, like Morocco.
Don't say never.
Yeah, she also lived in Lebanon. They lived in Lebanon for a while because first husband was from there. And yeah, it was really.
Okay.
She's seen a lot of the world, so she has
All
a
right,
lot of-
so let me end this here and we'll go into, okay guys, sorry about that. I had to answer an email. All right, everybody. So we're going to go into the member and Patreon movie. Again, if you're a member of Patreon, the posts are there for you. You can become one and join us as well. All right. Thanks to everybody who was here. Thanks to the moderators. Thanks, Billy Boy, for your super chats. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.
Good night.
Prayers for all that need them.
Good night.
We'll see you